Renin 6, creativity, I think.
Yeah. So he doesn't currently have an answer to through the breach.
So
Gage wants to try to jam that here.
yeah, Gage just jams. That's gonna be game. Put Patrick to 1 and take out all his lands.
It's a Farseek. Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
we can't through the breach this turn. This does give Patrick an extra turn. Engage maybe one ringing here. Yeah, he's gonna just jam a one ring. Notably, a Japanese one ring. Those are incredibly difficult to find.
A lot of Gage's deck has cards that are incredibly difficult to find.
Yes.
Yeah. Activating One Ring. One Ring is one of the cards that really, really put a damper on creativity, dominating the modern metagame when it came out. So specifically for this interaction here, right now if Patrick fires off a creativity and puts an Archon into play, he just gets a 6/6.
Yeah.
Gage has protection, so
Yes.
the Archon doesn't do anything
Yeah.
when it enters play.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. And if he does have a Elish Norn, then that does not stop Emrakul. He's going to Fairy. Minus on nothing.
I think he's just letting Gage keep the One Ring, try and just chip his life down with those triggers.
Is it a Spell Pierce? No, it's a Leyline Binding. That does help a lot.
That's a big draw for Gage.
That is
for
a big
Patrick. I believe he's still got his Sacred Foundry in his deck, and he has on full domain right now. So it's 1 mana Leyline Binding for anything he's looking for at this point.
I mean, with Gage not drawing another land, though. Right, he's just going to cast a Search of Tomorrow. Let me go... Is he going Forest here?
There's smart sequencing from Gage, because that lets him chain that into either the Soccer Tribe Elder or a Farseek.
Yeah. Yeah, get his lands for next turn.
Yeah, grab the untapped. Spend more up front, get the untapped land so you can double spell.
I think Farseek now is probably fine.
Farseek Commercial District, most likely.
Yeah. Because then you can Surveil.
So once again, we're just seeing these lands putting in so much work. They do so much. It's amazing what having your temples being fetchable would do for you.
Yeah, right.
4th Farseek in the graveyard.
Now, Patrick also has some options here. Because he can go... Because I think he has another fetch land in hand, correct?
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
he has an Arid Mesa in hand.
Yeah, because he can Dwarven Mine this turn. Next turn, he can play another fetch. And then he can plus to Fairy and then wait for Gage to do something.
Yes.
So, like, if Gage plays something, then he'll be able to instant speed creativity for 2.
Snorlax Pokemon card from Patrick working as his 1/1 Dwarf.
Yeah.
Dwarf getting in, dealing Gage
Dwarven Mine. Maybe he just plays... Yeah, playing Dwarven Mine out here. Getting another one. Yeah,
with another creativity in hand.
Then passing. Losing 2, going to 13. Drawing a land. I think he probably just tries to through the breach this turn. He's going to draw 3. So Valakut and a Titan.
Titan's a big draw here.
Yeah.
Because
with the fetch line on board too, so he'd be able to... He could do Titan and then just get Valakut. He's gonna through the breach.
I like Gage's sequencing here a lot because he's breaching Titan, not breaching Emrakul. But either way, he had the option to play the Valakut as land for turn.
Yeah.
And then just cast a Farseek or that Soccer Tribe Elder to start triggering Valakut.
Yeah. Triggers on the stack. Creativity for 2. Maybe he didn't bring in Elish Norn. I mean, this is probably also still fine, because if he did bring in Elish Norn, he's getting Elish Norn plus... Oh, jeez, okay.
Okay.
And an Archon. So then he loses Titan, and then he blows up a bunch of lands.
Yeah. Pulling Gage off being able to use Valakut.
Yeah. Yeah, which is also neat here, too, because he can also still blow up his own lands, and then feed his future creativities.
Probably might be the move here.
Yeah,
because Gage is the Titan trigger on the stack. So
6. He's got 6 mountains currently. He would have to blow up 3 mountains.
But the Titan.
Oh, he's blowing up all the green mana.
It's just hitting. Okay, going for green sources. Yeah, because Gage can just grab 2 more green sources with
Yeah.
the Titan search trigger right now,
Yeah.
and has a Stomping Ground in hand.
Yeah. And a Wood of Foothills in play.
So
So
those 3 dice serving as 3/3 green elephant creatures.
those are some great 3/3 green elephant creature tokens.
And Patrick clearly not playing enough Commander to have elephant tokens lying around.
Did he also discard a card? I don't know if he did or not.
I don't believe he has yet. I see the Through the Breach he resolved, and then the 3 lands Patrick blew up, and the Titan in the graveyard.
We'll see. Yeah, Patrick's sitting on Transmogrify. Plus, he still has another fetch, so he can also still go get another creature this during the next turn. I definitely like this play a little bit better, just because if he did put an Emrakul, then still creativitying is fine, because then he gets Archon, and then he gets rid of Emrakul. Trash or Titan? Trash or Through the Breach? He's still sitting on Through the Breach plus Emrakul, so. Alright.
I think Gage just didn't make his land drop for turn.
Possibly here. Let's see, he's sitting on a Fable, Binding, Reprieve.
Reprieve is big here for Patrick.
I mean, we just swing for the fences,
Yeah,
right?
Swings
He has to block. He
Yeah,
loses
swing-
2 creatures. He's left with 1/3/3. And he goes to 1. Because Archon's hitting for 9 in the air. Oh, we're checking more stuff.
They're probably looking up the text on Terrastodon would be my guess.
Yeah, destroy any number of non-creature permanents, I believe. And then
They make a 3/3.
make it
And I'm-
3/3 elephant
I think
creature.
Gage wants to check see if it is trample.
Oh yeah, it is not a trample. It is just it's just a 9/9.
Just a 9/9 that
Just a
kills
9/9.
that destroys 3 things.
Yeah, it's fine. Trigger Archon. Take 3. Go to 7. Sack a dude. Gain 3. Draw a card. Yeah, because he has to block.
And at this point, Patrick can okay.
He's
Gage
gonna
is
scoop it
scooping
up.
yeah.
Okay.
That other creativity, because I'm assuming Patrick still has another Archon in deck,
Yeah.
just lets him just fire off that lightning Helix effect.
Yeah.
Helix effect and finish the game.
Yeah. Just throw it out there. All right, going into game 3, man. These big mana.
These 2 games are very one-sided. here.
Yeah.
It's kind of one person just slamming big creatures down to hit the other person.
Oh man, what an interesting set of games here so far.
Gage taking another look at his sideboard. Patrick going through the deck as well.
Thinking about taking out a search, bringing another charm.
Patrick might be looking to go up on a Spell Pierce at this point. Yeah, he's cutting a Silence.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yes, on the draw, you,
Yeah.
you snag that 2-drop. There we go.
Mhm.
Yep, Spell Pierce back in the deck. Gage looking at the cards he's cut, I believe.
Bring a Force of Vigor. Over an Archer Charm. Nope.
Okay, nope, keep it the same.
No, never mind. I trust my own judgment. All right, going into our game 3 here. We'll see who's going to come out victorious.
Winter's going to go into the quarterfinals here.
Yeah.
Apologies, semifinals. Quarterfinals are not.
Oh, yeah. Semifinals, yeah. Get some good shuffling in. Every day we're shuffling. It's the epitome of magic. Shuffling, shuffling, more shuffling, I'm gonna fetch. I'm also
Yeah,
gonna shuffle.
the further back you go in formats, the more shuffling there is.
Yes.
It's just Modern's got a lot with the all the fetch lands, which stuff like Pioneer and Standard don't have. You go further back to Legacy, and you're shuffling off your ponders, like your cantrip shuffle. At that
Yeah,
point.
your cantrip shuffle. Oh, and then you also just have a bunch of fetch lands. And then when you go back to Vintage, you have Twister. And then you're shuffling off
You shuffle for
Twister. All right, getting some more good shuffling in. So Gage is going to be on the play for this game. See what our opening hands will look like. Okay. Right. Clean it up a little
Patrick, Arid Mesa, Transmogrify, Reprieve, Teferi, Bloodstained Mire, Dwarven Mine, second Reprieve, I
bit.
think.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
not too bad. He's sitting on Forest Commercial District, Wooded Foothills, Windswept Heath, Through the Breach, and a Titan.
Both players are keeping their sevens here.
So, wow, all right. We're cooking.
Fetch and suspend, search for tomorrow for Gage.
Yeah, getting a stomping ground.
Yeah. Patrick, I'm assuming just playing fetch land pass here. I don't think he has any other turn one plays.
Gage not having a turn 2 play yet, right? No. I mean, there might be a little bit of value if Gage doesn't play a 2-drop ramp spell next turn, for Patrick to reprieve the search for tomorrow.
True. Just keep Gage just down on lands.
Yeah.
Limit what he can do. Although with Gage having 4 lands in hand, he just has the option to just keep making land drops.
Yes, yeah, that's true. But then that's 3 more turns that Patrick has before he is casting it.
Yes.
Right? Like, so then, yeah, so he's at least until turn 5. And then he'll have the other reprieve in hand to just reprieve Through the Breach, or maybe just have just like a straight counter spell. He's gonna go for Thundering
Yeah, 'cause
Falls
Patrick,
here.
knowing Gage's deck, knows Gage doesn't really have any action at 3.
Yeah.
So if he can reprieve this search for tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
Gage is can play a 2-drop. I don't think. Looking at his list again,
Yeah, because he could just hard cast Search for Tomorrow in 3. But like will have to play the Forest if he wants to do that. Or fetch Shock, or fetch for a mountain, or do that.
just letting that
Just
resolve.
gonna let it happen.
Alright.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
I think it's reasonable too. You know, it's just this is like minor stuff, right?
Yeah,
like you want a little bit of tempo, especially if you're sitting on double. I think Spell Pierce there, not Spell Pierce, but like a hard counter might have been a little bit more of a question for him to do that. But
Yeah, it's like
That's
the,
nice to
the
draw.
age-old question of do you counter the tutor card or do you counter the payoff?
yeah.
And at this point, I think it's perfectly reasonable to go for the payoff when
Yeah.
your opponent has 6 cards in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're going to surveil a land away. Sitting on more lands.
Patrick fetching to 18. Assuming grabbing a Triome here.
Yeah.
Check.
Jenner's Garden? Aha!
Get his white source.
Beautiful.
4 colors for domain.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah. And then you get to live the dream of surveilling that Archon into the graveyard. Ooh. And he's sitting on Bloodstained Mire 2, so he can go get another Tri-land. Got another fetch land. Just land in passing. Yeah. It's like, okay. Draw a 1 ring. Thinking Gage gonna jam a Through the Breach here, or is he gonna bait out with the 1 ring first?
1 ring or Through the Breach. Both good reprieve targets for Patrick right now.
Yeah. Yeah, get a little bit of tempo, tap Gage out, essentially. He's gonna pass.
It gives Gage the option to Through the Breach on Patrick end step.
Yeah.
For some reason, the card's an instant.
Yeah.
An instant with the old text of the sacrifice beginning of instep. So
Yeah.
you can fire it off during an end step and keep it around for the next turn.
Yeah. Gotcha, changing his mind. He's getting. I think he's looking to get a second white source. So he's looking to have 2 white sources up so that he's able to double reprieve. So he can reprieve. Maybe he's just thinking that exact thing. If he goes through the breach this turn, he's going to be able to reprieve at the end step, and then reprieve when Gage goes to his turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, woof, man. Yeah, not a whole lot of reasons for Gage to pass with 5 mana up. He's a lot of stuff that he can cast it out. Let's see, land. I was thinking trying to try to run out Teferi. No, he's playing it safe. I think that's definitely smart.
Yes.
I mean, sitting with double reprieve where you can draw 2 cards, buy yourself a whole bunch of time.
yeah, Teferi's not the best in this matchup, but it's not blank. But it's not putting in work like it would against Rhinos or Living End or something like that.
Yeah. That is fine. During the end step. Reach. Reprieve. Draw.
Another land for Patrick. Gage drawing Search for Tomorrow.
Just gonna try to do the breach
Did
now.
the breach come back again?
Fetcheroonie. I think now we'll get in Blood Crypt. So you're gonna have full domain.
Or maybe even a Dwarven Mind set up for... There we
Yeah.
go. Dwarven Mind from Patrick set up for creativity the next turn.
Yeah. He's got a Transmogrify too, so I mean if he has a creativity, then he can fetch into second Dwarven Mind creativity.
I think he has one in the
two.
hand right now.
Does he have one in
Play it
hand?
for turn. Just
Oof.
Terastodon. Drawing a creativity
Yeah.
target always feels
Yeah.
bad in this deck.
Yeah.
Just kind of part of the price for playing here.
Yeah. So I mean if he has
Yeah, there it is.
his
Dwarven Mind. And the creativity.
Two, it's gonna be 2 Archons, right? Because I think we saw a double Archon plus Terastodon. Since he has Terastodon in hand, 2 of them automatically hits 2 Archons. Unless he did bring in the
Which is
Elishnorn.
possible, yeah. We're not sure of
Yeah.
that. So he could be deciding... If he did bring the Elishnorn, Patrick might be thinking if he wants to roll the dice on the creativity to see what he hits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gage just having the Titan in hand.
Yeah.
Putting an Elishnorn... Oh, there's an
Is it
Archon. Putting Elishnorn Mother of Machines into play just kind of shuts Gate. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Oof, man.
He's gonna lose 6, discard 2. Valakuts are turned off. The Titan in hand is turned off.
Yeah. No more Surveil lands. Yeah, I mean, with him sitting on Breach still, Emrakul does still kind of ruin his day.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
Gage has to draw the Emrakul.
Yeah. Yeah, Gage has to draw it. So discarding Search in a Forest. Yeah, and then just pass Rooney, draw 2. Drawing counter spells. Change the equation into Spell Pierce.
It looks like it. Discard Terastodon to hand size.
Just search for the Morrow.
Yeah.
Nope,
it does
just
it.
gonna scoop it up.
Scoops it up there.
Woof! Oh my gosh, that
Yeah, what a
Elishnorn is
flip
so
there.
good.
It's,
Oh,
yeah,
brutal.
the card doesn't see as much play as it used to a few months back,
No,
but yeah,
no.
that card just absolutely takes control in some
Oh
matchups.
yeah. Oh yeah. So matchups just like, how do you win? Like you just can't do anything. Like I remember when Scam a long time ago, and you'd see like Elishnorn played against Scam late game, and then Scam was just like, "What do I do?
Yep.
I
You see
can't
him
kill this."
Evoking their Furies just to get 3/3 double strikers to play, and
Yeah, not much else I could do. I can't grief you. Can't kill any of this. So
Now, another thing to note here is that even though Gage had one ring in hand, Elishnorn turns off the protection from it.
yep,
So like
Yeah,
you can't even
good
stall a
work.
turn that way.
yep. It's like, oh, so unfortunate. Oh man, what are some games? A sweet deck too. I really like the green red here. Yeah, it looks like they get to bring in the Archer's Charms, the Explosives, Picky Poison, the Besage. Then yeah, Elishnorn plus Terastodon. Imagine Terrastodoning with an Elishnorn in play. It's like, oh my gosh.
6 lands.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be careful giving him 6/3/3s, but
Yeah, but then you got to deal with 63s, and I think that's totally fine.
Yes,
when your
yeah.
opponent has no lands in play.
you hit your own lands. You
Yeah.
put another 18 power into play after
True.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck. Deal with this.
Yeah, there's lots of flexibility with the creativity
Yeah,
deck.
yeah.
Just really powerful, lots of options. If you are willing to sort of think outside the box, there's the typical like turn token into Archon, you can do a lot of really, really strong things.
Oh,
that
yeah.
get you out of a lot of weird holes.
Yeah, definitely sweet. Whew. Well, what's some games for our start of the top 8 here? We got 2 more rounds of Magic coming up. So we'll take a short break here, see how everybody else is doing, and then we will see you for the semifinals in just a little bit here. All right, welcome back, match players. Just a nice, quick little break there before our semifinals. Here we have Michelle coming back on the Is It Murktide, and we have Anthony on Teamer Rhinos. He's one of the ones that we haven't seen today. The other match going on is Patrick, who we just saw playing against Alex, who was on Amulet Titan. So we're seeing this one here. So let's see how this match is gonna go. We took a look at Michelle's deck list not too long ago, so we won't really go into that. It's the Is It Murktide list, so it's usually pretty stock with a couple of sweet spicy stuff here and there. What is Anthony working with? Pretty stock, or
pretty stock, just Teamer Rhinos, what you would expect from it. I'd say the one thing that he's got that used to be pretty stock, but is more falling out of favor, is he's on 3 Brazen Bars right now.
3 Brazen Bars. I like that a lot. I think this matchup probably pretty decent. Being able to get rid of big old Murktides that he can't deal with.
The Ledger Shredders, the rock.
Shredders, yeah.
There's a Meta Call as well, the Brazen Bar, where you just give the Teamer Rhinos a chance against the Domain Rhinos pre-board.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because if the Domain deck goes Leyline turn 0 into Scion turn 2, the Teamer deck has a really, really hard time with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just being able to Brazen Bar or that Leyline away.
Other than that, 3 copies of Subtlety, 3 copies of Tidebinder, 3 copies of Flame of Anor, playset of Fire Ice, 2 Dead Gone. Anthony is on the, I'd say, stock at this point. 1 Hedge Maze, 1 Thundering Falls? Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to remember all these names, too. It's like, Thundering Falls? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and pretty stock as far as it goes for Team of Rhinos on Anthony's side.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm going to take a quick little peek at the deck lists. So we are going to kind of bring this up again, but this is the semifinals of the last qualifying season. I believe both of these players are actually already locked in for the top
I
16.
don't think Anthony is.
Maybe Anthony's not. He hasn't played a whole lot.
I think
of the
Anthony
series.
took some of the season off, so he's
Yeah.
far enough back that he's not in contention here.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, spoken to a lot of people, looked at a lot of names and
Yeah.
a lot of numbers for points.
True.
for this.
True.
Either way, Anthony is here semifinals of a 1K, so he's
Yeah.
here to play Magic. He does it well. He's been
Yeah.
on Rhinos played Rhinos for a long time. He's
Oh, yeah.
very good at it.
Yes. Yeah, definitely good. I think he's essentially got the whole deck foiled out. I don't think he's missing anything non-foils, so we get to look at more pretty decks.
I know he has his deck, I believe, is foiled. I know he doesn't have 4 foil subtleties, but he's only running 3. So I think he dodged that problem because with that.
Just not playing it. Just don't have a 4th foil. Okay, I guess we're just not playing 4 then. So definitely cool. Yeah, I believe Michelle is locked. I think she was like 9th or 10th or something going
believe
into
so,
this.
yeah.
So she's definitely solid.
Either way, if she was in that general area for contention after finishing top 4 for this event, that's going to be enough points to push her up.
Oh, maybe he is playing the 4 subtleties. Look at that subtlety that's hanging out in his hand. It is non-foil.
Maybe he just
He is playing
decided to put a non-foil one in
Yeah.
the other foils.
Don't like it.
He's even got those promo cat violent outbursts.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Turn
Alright,
one,
so if that
turn one
falls,
Thundering Falls for Anthony.
Surveil.
Keeping it on top.
Yes, and on Mutavault Boseiju, Shauna's Tidebinder, the Violent Outburst, and the Subtlety. You start with the good old DRC,
Shuffle with a
Darcy.
lightning bolt, and then Holy Heat, Mystery Rainforest, Ragavan for turn. I think it's a Ledger Shredder. Your hand as well.
Yeah, not too bad here. Going in for 1. Yeah, so with these one open deck lists, you kind of know that, like, jamming your Ragavan here doesn't really hit you a whole lot.
Yeah, dashing it here on the draw for Michelle, and Anthony's going to be able. When she should be expecting Anthony to be able to get a Crashing Footfalls into get Rhino tokens into play. Oops, Tidebinder stifle that fetch.
Okay. He's just going to snap that off here. Just kind of thinking. Yeah. It's a creature artifact that uses the ability, so it still counters it, unfortunately. But
yeah, that Tidebinder will always stifle that original trigger that you're aiming for, assuming Tidebinder resolves. After that point, if it's removed, it gets the ability back.
Yeah.
But that one ability you have got hit with that stifle effect will not resolve.
yeah. Give it a good old tippity tap.
And I think it's a Subtlety, a second Tidebinder, a land, and a Violent Outburst.
Just thinking here. Okay, so that gets countered. You're just thinking about doing a bolt. Ugh. Stifling fetch lands. Ew. Doesn't virtually do a whole lot because you just still have her second land in hand. Just kind of lame.
The thing it does hurt for Michelle is it puts her a turn back from being able to play the Ledger Shredder and block Rhinos while keeping it in play.
Yeah. She just have land. I was thinking how quick she can get to the layer in because she could bolt into for instant. She'll have instant land in the yard, and then maybe she's just gonna unholy heat the Tidebinder. Yeah, she's gonna
Smartly firing off the bolt, keeping
Sure,
the heat, which is able to kill Rhinos.
keeping it on top. Pitching. Another
Holy heat in the graveyard.
Interesting. Okay. That seems fine. Maybe draw something else here. Like, that's Preordain. That's not too shabby. So she got a couple of options here. I mean, having that third land would have been nice this turn. But she can still Preordain, maybe activate, like turn on her Darcy's plus her Unholy Heats. She can also Ragavan dash in, and then Preordain afterwards, or she could also just play Ragavan.
Start with the Preordain.
So, surveilling. Any non-instant land or sorcery spell helps turn on Darcy. Like even a Bob. I mean, with Bobble you would just keep, right? You might just get to cast it for free. Okay, she's gonna push it. Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, this will turn on Delirium. Oh, even better.
Every time.
Yeah, expressive. Okay, sure.
Putting the land in hand, Expressive Iteration on top. Guessing we'll see a Spiral Canal, probably putting a Ragavan into play at this point.
Yeah.
Getting in for
Attack for 3. Yeah, this being open to... I mean, Anthony does know that she does have Spell Pierces in the main. So, I mean, now might be a good time for him to try to pop off a Violent Outburst. So if he drew... I didn't see what he drew for turn. Or Shardless Agent. He's going to suspend around. Okay, so he drew Rhinos. Yeah, that would have been definitely probably played a little bit earlier, but
yeah, Anthony able to just suspend that for free right now. He still has the 3 mana to either play Tidebinder or Violent Outburst.
yeah,
The doesn't have double blue, so wouldn't have been able to hardcast the Subtlety anyway.
yeah.
I don't think that would have been like the right move.
Mm-hmm. Right, he's gonna main phase Violent Outburst. Setting with Subtlety into Shauna's.
Yeah, I like this. He knows it's safe. He knows Michelle's not on Force of Negation main deck,
Yeah.
so just slam that when she's tapped out, get his 4/4s.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no counter spells.
Some Snorlax
More
Pokemon cards.
Snorlaxes.
These ones are 4/4 Rhinos.
Yeah. Drawing the expressive for this turn. So she can still... She's a Holy Heat is active, which is nice. But then do you want to Shredder this turn?
I think I like just getting Shredder in play, just to try and get it to a size you can start blocking Rhinos.
Yeah. And then heat one of the Rhinos.
That's a big thing in the Murktide Rhinos match, where that lets the Murktide players sort of stall and draw their counter spells, draw their answers. You can sort of chip away with your DRC, while your Shredder locks down the ground.
She's gonna draw a counterspell and looks like pitch the counterspell and keep the expressive iteration in her hand. Because I think her hand right now is just the 2 cards. Yes, just counterspell and expressive, keeping expressive. Yeah, because expressive will definitely allow her next turn to trigger Shredder again.
Yes.
Yeah, if she didn't, then something is very wrong. Like, I mean, I guess unless it's triple land. But then hitting 4 lands off the top, like you have to go draw land for turn, expressive into land.
Mm-hmm.
Very unlikely. Also would be very unfortunate.
Anthony drawing a Lorien Revealed here.
Yeah. That ship, too bad. It does give him the other blue mana that he would need in order to hardcast Subtlety instead of having to pitch cast it.
Anthony's deciding to just pass here.
Yeah. Alright, so she drew land for turn. So we're guaranteed a land drop, which is a fetch. But then he does have a bunch of mana. We know that he has the Tishana's Tidebinder in hand. She does not. Expressive iteration.
Let's see if Anthony's going to shut down the DRC here.
Okay. Yeah, just make it a 1/1.
No surveils anymore. Going to slow down Michelle's draw smoothing.
Mm-hmm.
Blood Moon.
Blood Moon.
Double Blood Moon.
Double Blood Moon, and then a land. Oof.
And fortunate. Choosing the mana to cast it right now, the Blood Moon's not going to do anything anyway. Anthony has the
Yeah.
Lorien revealed in hand. So
Yeah.
if he... And the forest up, he can just cycle, grab that basic island, and he's good to go.
Yeah.
Blood Moon going to hand. Steam Vents in exile.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate for a brick there for the Shredder. So now we're looking for like Murktide, another Bolt to turn on the Darcy again. Another Unholy Heat would be nice. Let's see multiple Expressor iterations like we saw earlier.
And she's done it every other time she's been on stream.
Yeah.
Why not now?
Yeah. I mean, these Rhino decks do have the capability of kind of fighting up to par. I mean, just playing a bunch of 4/4s. I mean, he's got 2 more 4/4s coming in 3 turns, so Michelle's not, on a tight clock right now, just because they're relatively even here. So
at this point, Anthony has that inevitability with the Rhinos coming,
yeah,
and Michelle really only has the Ledger Shredder.
Yeah.
The DRC turned off, that's not doing much. The Ragavan's not getting through with a 4/4. Michelle
just passing.
Yeah,
here.
choosing to play the Misty Rainforest from hand, leaving the Sacred Foundry in exile. Anthony cycling Lorien revealed on Michelle's end step.
Island. Yep.
Basic
Love
island.
that
for
island.
Anthony.
Yeah, definitely good. Protect yourself from Blood Moon. He knows that they're in the mains. It's open deck list, so that is very good information to have. Okay. I'm also disappointed in him that he doesn't have one of the Champs Mutavaults. The sweet boardless
Yeah,
one. It's
we'll,
like,
make sure,
oof.
we'll make sure to talk to him about that.
Yeah. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? All right, coming in with the Rhinos. Okay, this is interesting. This is also kind of a tell for Michelle, because it's like, did he draw? Yeah, so he drew a Charlotte's Agent. So it's kind of a tell, like, attacking with your Rhino, because that essentially makes Ragavan a free attack, right?
Mhm.
Because then he could block it with Fishana's and then turn on the
Yeah, which gives
Darcy.
Anthony a 3/3 back, or gives
Yeah.
Michelle a 3/3 back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just a win-win for Michelle there.
Yeah.
But just playing the Charlotte's Agent, getting more Rhinos
Mhm.
is gonna do a lot. The Ledger Shredder will trigger.
Yeah, so she has an opportunity to draw a counterspell here, which would be absolutely phenomenal for her. Going pretty far in this time. Where is it? It's in there somewhere. Wow, it's going real far down.
You've got 2 more in there.
Yeah. I think it has 3 force negations in there, so that's great for Michelle thinking, oh man.
Well, at this
Snapples
point,
are
he's
free.
like deep enough down where it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
There it
There we
is.
go. Now the chances of drawing footfalls are just so much higher.
Very true. Yes. Yes, we have it. So Michelle's going to be knowing that this top, I don't know, what's that, 8 cards, 10 cards?
Okay, so
That-
she did draw a discard. What did she draw?
I did not see.
Yeah.
She did not hesitate to ditch that blood move from her hand,
Oh,
though.
Yeah.
Anthony putting Mewtwo? Yeah, Mewtwo's
Okay.
in for Rhinos now.
Yeah.
Mixing his Pokemon
Oh,
cards.
it was a Murktide.
That one was
Yeah.
worth keeping.
Yeah.
With Anthony at 10, Murktide can block a Rhino, leave her with chump blockers to survive, and be able to get there the
Yeah.
next turn.
Yeah, and she can afford to just delve away a bunch of stuff because that Darcy ain't doing anything anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she getting Island here to save life a little bit.
She have a Thundering Pulse?
She does have that, but it's also, do you want to sack the Fiery Island? Like, do you want to
True.
actually draw a card, or do you want to surveil? Maybe she wants to surveil. Okay, yeah, so
Oh,
she's gonna do that.
So
Maybe look for another spell, because I mean, going like hitting an Unholy Heat would be great.
Yes.
Like Unholy Heat the Tidebinder, and then you get your Darcy back online. Hit for 3, puts it 7. Play Murktide for a bunch, and then
play the Murktide. Play the Murktide first, keeping Delirium if that's an option. push for 7,
Yeah.
put Anthony to 3, leaving him in bolt range.
You have enchantment, artifact. She would be able to still leave it up. All right, just getting rid of a land. Draw. That was
Another land, I think.
I don't know. I see, Michelle.
I think it's a
Was
Polluted
it
Delta.
Polluted Delta. Oof. Not really what you want to see there. I mean, she can still draw and then hopefully hit a 1 or 0 drop, and then trigger Shredder. Because you can stack the Fiery Islet. She doesn't know what to do. I mean, I feel like probably still, yeah, playing the Delta. Yeah, sacking.
Well, looks like that's what she's doing.
Yeah, you also don't need to delve for the full amount. Because you also saw, I think, 3 Dead Gons. Either two or 3 Dead Gons in the bottom of Anthony's
That
deck.
would have been the 2. Anthony's running 2.
Two, yeah. So she saw both of those. Plus, like, multiple Flame of Anors in the bottom. So just as long as you make it bigger than 5, then I think you're set.
Yeah, I think Michelle's would be likely
Yeah.
to be going to make it a 7/7, which
Yeah,
keeps it
it's huge.
to connect with Shredder.
Spell
Murktide lethal next turn.
Yeah. Drawn Spell Pierce a little late.
Yeah, probably
here.
a bit too late to really impact this.
Yeah. I mean, I still think it's fine. I mean, because she can. I mean, a bolt would have been great because then you could
Of
still
course, yes.
bolt Tidebinder, play for Shredder, and then attack for 3
Ideally-
6 in the air.
Ideally 7 if she's able to connive.
Yeah. I think we're going Murktide.
Drop on the Murktide.
Yeah, making it nice and big. And we just attack with Tidebinder. I mean, he's got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 damage on board total, and then 12 of it tramples. But this Murktide is going to be absolutely ginormous.
It's Michelle keeping land, artifact, sorcery, enchantment in the graveyard to
Yeah.
have Delirium.
And then plus some other miscellaneous stuff, just exiling a bunch of spells. to make
Exiling
this
5 instant sorceries.
Yeah.
She's got an 8/8 flyer.
pretty big. Yeah, keeping Delirium plus getting Murktide for the full value is definitely awesome for her. Yeah, so it'll be big. Sounds like, do you want to play conservatively? I don't think the clock is any different, so I think attacking doesn't really do a whole lot, right? Because you still need to get in multiple attacks with Shredder in order for it to do anything. And the Murktide just kills him next turn anyway.
And we know, assuming that Michelle's been paying attention, which she likely is, she's
Yeah.
like usually very cognizant
Yes.
of stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
this. She realizes that Anthony does not have the Dead Gons right now.
Yeah.
He does have the Sully in hand to block though, so he can
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
some time here.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny because you kind of got to do it now, right? Like, you have to main phase it, because if she gets on tap with 2 mana, then you might just not have a chance.
True.
Okay, so he's just going to attack for 12. Just 12. Just her life total. I think you still have to just block a Rhinos here with all of your big dudes.
So Murktide and Shredder blocks are free.
Yeah.
The question is, which does she block? She block the Snorlax and the Mewtwo.
Oh, the Mewtwo. Mewtwo's much more threatening. Snorlax's just hanging out, just taking a nap. Oh, man. Shredder Trigger there would have been so good. Trading with Rhinos. I mean, she can still trade with a Rhino. I mean, like, double blocking a Rhino with, like, a DRC plus a Shredder.
She will put the Ragavan there. The Ragavan's
the
not
Ragavan
doing
there.
anything at this point.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, the DRC still has the capability of being turned online.
I'm imagining a Bolt either going to be held for
Yeah.
the potential subtlety. There it is. Yeah, blocking with the Ragavan.
And then no blocks on the Snorlax.
You called the Pokemon right too.
Yep.
Getting rid of one of the Mewtwo's.
Uh-huh. So he's gonna ship
Anthony
it.
choosing to pass. Michelle
Sure,
drawing
yeah.
the other Blood Moon.
Oh my gosh. Come on, man.
She can
Do what she could do.
Blood Moon and Spell Piercer on Blood Moon.
Yes. To trigger her own Shredder.
Anthony flashing in subtlety before blocks.
It's definitely risky. Okay, so that's fine. Block here.
Blocking the Murktide, taking 3 off from the Shredder. Michelle can block the Tidebinder, take
go to
6,
2.
go to 2. She's casting the Blood Moon here.
Yeah, I think that's just right. Like, I think that's just correct. He can't activate the Mutavault now. Because if
there you go. No, yeah,
So if
absolutely.
he activate Mutavault, she would be
no
gone.
Rails.
She'd be gone.
I do remember that DRC has no abilities because of the
Yeah.
Tidebinder.
Yeah. I mean, make 2 Rhinos is fine. Can't really do much about that.
See if Michelle's going to fire off the Spell Pierce here just to tax the mana. Nope.
Yeah. Draws another Crashing Footfalls.
Falls and Shardless Agent in
Yeah.
the...
I think this...
Michelle should have this at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's much that Anthony can do. I mean, Dead Gone really is the only thing that would have done it for him here. I mean, I guess also Flames of Venor would have helped. Tishana's wouldn't have done it. I believe he's on probably at least 1 Otawara, I would hope. Yeah, he does have 1 Otawara, so that would have helped also. But I mean, she can stave off enough damage where she survives, and then this just has lethal in the air. Tag.
Yeah.
Turn sideways.
Full swing by Anthony.
Yeah, just as
Michelle
long as you don't
blocks-
block rhinos.
If she blocks anything, any of non-trample creature, she's good.
Yeah.
Blocking the Tidebinder, so that should be game for Michelle.
Yeah. Oof! Holy moly,
Close
what a
one.
close game. Oh, man.
And Anthony
What a
scoops it up.
good one. Man, we've been having some good games in this top
Absolutely,
eight
yes.
so far.
A lot of really close ones,
This is the
really
magic
tight
we'd love to
games.
see.
It's exactly what you want to see
Yeah.
when you're playing a competitive event.
Yeah. It's also nice too. One thing I always love about being behind the scenes and having, put the perfect information is people will always surprise you. You're just like, man, if I'm thinking in this spot, like, I don't know he has this, but I'm thinking, like, what if they have this? Or like, what about this? And then, I'm just going to make these plays. And then they just do something completely different. And you're like, whoa, okay, like, sure. And take a little peek. So let's take a look at some sideboards. So we have Anthony's sideboard. So he's got 2 Urtai's Scorns. He has another Tishana's Tidebind in the side. He's got 2 Blood Moon in the side, 2 Mystical Dispute, 2 Brotherhood's Ends, 4 Endurances, and 2 Force of Vigor. So might be looking at some Endurances and some Brotherhood's End coming up, and then the Mystical Dispute's also going to be good. Don't really need the Blood Moons in this matchup. Probably hurt you a little bit more than they hurt your opponent. The Tidebinders are pretty good, decent game 1. Kind of hitting some fetch lands, but we'll kind of see how they go game 2, because it does cost 3. Sometimes you need to be a little bit more proactive with answering opponents' threats instead of kind of waiting until they do something.
On the flip side, the Tidebinder can counter or stifle the suspend trigger when you cast the Violent Outburst or Shardless Agent,
Yeah.
and also stops a Crashing Footfall from coming off of suspend.
Yeah.
So it does have some play in the matchup.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on Anthony's side. Yeah, like Anthony
apologies,
bringing...
getting ahead
No,
of
you're
myself.
good. Yeah. But on Michelle's side, definitely, because she's got 2 in the side, I think we saw earlier.
Shit, 2 in the main.
2 in the main. Yeah, so definitely not bad in this matchup. For her on her
Yes,
side.
yes. Getting ahead of myself. Leave
Yeah.
the wrong list here. Michelle's sideboard got 1 Brotherhood's End, 1 Caster to the Fire, 2 Chalice of the Void, definitely coming in.
Oh, yeah.
They are in the sideboard for the Cascade matchups.
Yep.
1 Curse Totem, 2 Engineered Explosives, also most likely coming in. They kill Rhino tokens.
Oh, yeah.
1 Magus of the Moon, 2 Mystical Dispute, 2 Soul Guide Lantern, 2 Subtlety, 1 Sahili Sublime Artificer. I'm guessing there's those 4 that I mentioned, the Chalices and the Engineered Explosives.
Yeah.
There's thought potentially to bring in the Mystical Disputes just to sort of fight those counter magic wars. That could probably go either way.
Yeah, I think she is thinking the same thing. I think we're going double dispute, and then the full 4 of the hate pieces. Yeah, 2 Chalice, 2 Engineered, 2 Disputes. So bringing in 6 cards here. Probably looking to maybe cut out
Cutting some Lightning Bolts, cutting
Lightning
some Unholy
Bolts.
Heats.
Yeah. Yeah, and Unholy Heat I don't mind too much in this matchup just because it does kill rhinos pretty efficiently. But like 1 for 1ing with a rhino, or 1 for 2ing for the rhino.
You 2 for 1 of yourself to cast your burn spell, yeah. not really where you want to be in the matchup.
No, yeah. Like, they're definitely not good. Going towards more like, I just want these off the board. Brisbane are also not a bad option. But I mean, if you're trying to go more towards heat pieces, it's kind of just the same thing as Unholy Heat, but just worse. In a way, just because Unholy Heat's such a clean answer, while Brazen Borrower, a little bit as well, a little bit more flexible, is also just cost 2.
True. Yeah.
So
So we see Michelle cutting the Saheeli, cutting cutting the one white border Blood Moon,
Yeah.
leaving the black border.
yeah, it's about sending a
Yeah,
message.
very important to note that.
Yeah.
Cutting some baubles, it looked like there.
Cutting out 2 baubles, cutting out 3 baubles. 4 baubles? Okay, cutting
Interesting.
baubles, Blood Moon plus Saheeli. So she's just starting going into, I'm going to have an answer for everything you play. I'm going to have a bunch of counter magic, bunch of removal, leaving everything in.
I think is a good way to play this matchup. You stop
Yeah.
you stop rhinos from being on the board.
Yeah.
And you're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What Anthony brought in here. Maybe we'll see a couple sideboards options from him. The deck does go through a lot of cards. Both of these decks look at a lot of cards, so getting ready for this classic Magic shuffling. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Oh, I was trying to take a little peeksy there, but didn't really get much info.
He's got Lauren Real and the Fire Ice.
Yep.
They're still in the deck.
Fantastic. Okay. Anthony being on the play this game again. See, I believe in his opening hand, because I believe he was on one gemstone in the main, unless I read that. I think it was maybe the but yeah, he's on. No, he did have a gemstone in the main. Gentle Caverns in the main, so he's able to side that out now, since he's for sure on the play,
Mm-hmm.
if he wants to.
Yeah, does not have a Boseiju or an Ottawa or anything like that in the side. I know
Yeah.
that some of the Rhinos lists that you see sometimes have another one of the channel lands. You can sort of swap your dead colorless land for a land that kind of doubles as a spell.
Yeah.
Anthony decided to just go for 15 like real actual spells in the
Yeah,
sideboard.
yeah, seems totally reasonable. Anthony was not liking that hand. I did not catch any of it, so he's gonna ship it though. Michelle, I think, is keeping hers. I think it was double Spire Bluff, Bolt, Unholy Heat, Mystical Dispute. Oh, Anthony's on Rhino, Subtlety, Lauren Revealed, Otawara,
Violent Outburst.
Boseiju, Endurance. So not too bad. So with Boseiju, that is just a forest. Oh, we're gonna go Spire Bluff.
Anthony's
and
hand
RC.
puts Rhinos into play on turn 3. So
Yeah.
he's doing the thing.
Yeah.
Turn 1, cycle Lauren Revealed for him.
Yeah.
Edge
Surveillance. Wait, but he needs to not get the Hedge Mage, right?
Sure, you can't cast Violent
He
Outburst.
needs a
with
red
lands.
source.
Yeah, if the land's in hand, he can't cast Violent Outburst.
Yeah. I think he realized what he just
he
did.
just-
I kind of saw him for a second. It's a Fire Ice. That's fine. It's right on top.
Like, he might have said. Michelle's laughing. I think he said it. So
Yeah.
she might know too right now.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Anthony, no. My boy. What have they done to my boy? Oh, no.
And Michelle's looking at Lightning Bolt, Unholy Heat, Mystical Dispute, Island, Spire Left Canal, and then one more fetch land after this one. I wonder if Michelle's going to fire off the. Oh no, Surveil.
Zero.
Lightning Bolt face to get the Surveil at the DRC to try and kill Delirium right now.
I'm not sending a message.
Yeah, go full aggro. Michelle taking the smart play, unlike what we were talking about,
Yeah.
and getting the Surveil land while she can, not getting stifled by the Tidebinder again.
Yes. Yeah, this was fine. Pass. Okay, so doing this prevail thing. I really hope Anthony doesn't get punished that hard for getting that land. Like,
You can cast the
doing it right
Endurance, so you can take out Michelle's DRC if she attacks with it.
now. Yeah.
But still, yeah, if he misses that red source or doesn't find a Shardless agent,
He's
he's
gonna feel real
gonna be
bad.
struggling.
Yeah. Yeah, because he already had the green blue ready to go. Stomping ground. Force. Yeah, play Otawara.
I'm sure
That
Michelle's
feels so bad.
yeah, I'm sure Michelle's also happy to see that he's playing the Otawara.
Yes.
That's one fewer thing that deals with their Murktide regions.
Oh, yeah.
Play.
I mean, just got a Spire Bluff, and then you've opened Mystical Dispute. And if he wants to force it, well, actually, I don't even think she. I mean, that also seems kind of bad, huh? Because he's just stoked to force it, because then she loses the dispute plus the Darcy.
Michelle choosing to play the fetch land rather than the Spire Bluff.
Okay. Maybe she's gonna hold on the Spire Bluff for later on for Shredder.
That's an option, yeah.
Yeah, because she's sitting on fetch and island, so.
Anthony, end of turn endurance.
I think that's
Or
okay.
there might be in combat.
Yeah. Fetch Rooney.
Fetching an island into play for Michelle.
Maybe she's trying to trip Anthony up with. Ooh, maybe I do have Blood Moons in my deck.
You just still have one.
Yeah, she just has to have the one. She just have the other island in her hand, so she'll be able to stick with the double blue. I think she's gonna try to dispute here.
Okay. Full retail dispute.
Yeah.
Forced by Anthony, exiling the fire.
Sorry. You could still do it in response to the surveil trigger.
Another
Gonna
land
bin
in
a
the
land.
grave.
And then counter the dispute. And then Michelle Wilson with a bolt, a heat, and a bunch of lands. So that's going to get exiled. Is relevant.
Pulling Michelle all the way off Delirium, emptying the graveyard there.
Okay, it looks like he did do an end of turn. So.
I think that's a smart move.
Yeah.
Because he was able to hardcast the Force as well, and
Yes.
just seeing what Michelle was going to do. Just gave him options.
Yeah.
You take a damage.
Yeah.
Putting 8 power into play if you resolve
Yeah,
your spells.
for
Like,
sure.
it's fine.
Sitting on a counter spell now, too. You can go fetch into a land and then leave open bolt plus unholy heat plus counter spell. Oh my gosh, so good. Oof. Coming in. So Michelle's actually at 15 and Anthony's going to 17. And he's got another
Second
endurance. She's like, are you serious? I mean, do you want to counter it? Let's fetch. Fetch first. Foily endurance on the stack.
The pre-release promo endurance.
So cool.
Fetching an island. Michelle fetching an island, so it's
Yeah.
2 in play. Her third one's in hand.
Yeah. I think she's thinking just countering here and then trying to race, even though she's a little bit behind, but she does have answer, like unholy heat.
Yeah, keeping the other nerds out of play is probably a good move right here. She can double spell to kill a rhino if Anthony does the cascade, which isn't great, but Anthony does need to draw well here.
Yeah. That is a Crashing Footfalls. Oh man. Getting that land is rough.
Anthony in for 3, putting Michelle to 11. Suspend Footfalls.
Rhinos, all right. Now is kind of the race is on. She's got a couple of turns here. It's an expressive.
Big draw.
That's exactly what she wants here.
Big draw for
Yeah.
Michelle.
This is essentially going to probably turn on Delirium on its own. I mean, Delirium is a little bit more difficult for her now that she doesn't have baubles.
True.
Yeah. But I mean, she can hit a creature, like just Delirium, and hit a creature into the yard, and then she'll get that sorcery in there, so she's going to get one off. Gonna leave it there. Expressive. Ooh, explosives, Ragavan, and a land.
Explosive do make up for the
Yeah.
the changes in Delirium by cutting those baubles. So a bit less likely, but still good to have.
Oh,
Putting
yeah.
that in hand, bottoming the land, which is smart because she's got a handful of them right now.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to see a dashed Ragavan here?
Yeah, she would still have
Put the land.
have the red up and even like
Counter
2 mana for
Right,
a
okay.
counterspell. Dash here. Anthony doesn't have another blue card. He's got Violent Outburst plus
subtlety.
Subtlety. Okay, so we're just gonna play the explosives to trigger Surveil.
Just digging for Delirium is what it looks like.
That is not quite it. Yeah, maybe try to do that before she makes any other decisions. Getting as much information as possible. Especially when it's free information.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna dash Ragavan.
For 3, make a treasure. See what she hits.
Oh,
big
my gosh. Oof, man. Dodgeability. Look at he's, no! No!
hit. In distress from that.
Judge my opponent's a bully.
He put himself.
Drawing eight?
He put himself in this
That's
position.
That's still a fine draw. Now you can pitch cast a subtlety.
This Endurance is doing work too.
Yeah,
Another
it's-
8 now.
yeah.
right?
Yes, Endurance has dealt 9 damage so far. Who needs rhinos?
Second one got the counterspell out of her hand too.
Yeah.
So yeah, just doing a lot here.
Another land. Got some great draws here. See a dash. Total's getting pretty low. What is kind of nice is if she does dash here, then if Anthony subtleties it, she can put it on top, and then on Holy Heat, Surveil is guaranteed to be a creature.
Oh, very true.
Yeah. But he's not going to do that. He's going to let Ragavan happen. He hits another Sheriffless Agent.
Okay, for 3.
Oh, Crouching Footballs. I ain't
Awesome.
casting that.
I'm guessing Anthony's pretty happy that's gone.
Yeah. Making another treasure. Now what do we want to do? There's also like just such a reasonable chance for hitting Delirium right now. It's just so close.
She can
There's
turn it
nothing
on,
guaranteed.
but there's a red source for Anthony.
Oof.
But it's not going to do much with the Engineered Explosives, which also turns on Delirium for Michelle.
Yes.
So, yeah. Pop.
He's just passing here. She going for
She might be just going for a Bolt Face.
Bolt to the Dome.
Yeah, Bolt Face there.
Trigger.
Hunting Delirium.
Get something in the yard.
With a counterspell.
Was she keeping it and not fetching? And it's definitely something she wants to hold on to. It is a counterspell. Definitely a solid one. Still holding on to that Spire Bluff. I think it's totally.
I'm still unsure why she didn't play that turn 3.
Yeah. A lot of options here. I mean, also now, do you... If he goes for rhinos, then you can just blow them up. But then you're stuck with rhinos again in 2 turns. So you just counter the first one. You counter the one
maybe
later on.
If she can dash Ragavan,
Mm-hmm.
see what happens with Subtlety. Like you said, put it on top on
Mhm.
Holy Heat.
Yeah. But if you just hardcast Subtlety here, oh, she's just going to play Ragavan.
There we go. Okay.
No dash. Just jam that little monkey out.
There's
All right,
subtlety.
he's gonna hard cast subtlety. Think do you fetch in response? So she's gonna counter it.
I like this use of the counter. She doesn't need to
Yeah.
hold it for the crashing footfalls because of the engineered explosives.
Yeah. Yeah, this does give an extra turn because Anthony really can't cast the Violent Outburst next turn because then the footfalls will be the following turn and then she'd be able to 4-for-1 him on the tokens. So it'll hold on to those.
Michelle choosing to leave her Surveil on top.
Okay. Yeah, keeping that Scalding Tarn hanging out. So 1. Drawing a Tidebinder, a Forest. And a Passeruni. Drawing a
The Preordain. Not as good of as an expressive iteration, but
Yeah.
still not bad here.
Yeah. Trigger. Surveil a Blood Moon.
There we go.
Wow.
There's
There's Delirium. And then we're gonna Preordain. There's a heat and a land. Oof, the heat's good here. Bring the heat.
Double and Holy Heat.
Yeah, she's got double and holy heat plus engineered explosives up now.
She heat the endurance, take out whatever else. If Anthony casts another subtlety just as a blocker,
Yeah.
heat that, get in for 5 here.
Trigger Surveil. Leave it on top. Right, endurance is gone.
Yeah, I'm sure leaving the spell on top is not what Anthony wants to see here
Yeah.
doing at this point.
Yeah. Combat.
There's the subtlety. There's the unholy heat.
Mm-hmm. All right. Trigger Surveil again. Leave it on the top.
Just double checking, making sure. The hit with Ragavan,
Hitting
make
a
treasure,
What if what hell?
land
Not
on
a.
top. That's one of the times where you're like okay with Ragavan hitting you. Where you're,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't want that. I have
Yeah.
outs now.
Like, sure. All right, we're gonna make some rhinos here.
I believe Anthony's at 1 right now. He's at 6 before and took 5. This past combat.
Whether you're preemptively doing it. Is he really that low? I don't think he would be that low.
He was at 9 when Michelle lightning bolted him. I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Oh wow! Look at those rhinos. 4 rhinos.
Upgrading to TC's Rockets rhinos.
That's a Lorien revealed. I mean, you just got to go to combat, right? You have to present lethal because she's at 8.
Oh, they can't attack. They just came off.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
Suspended
100%. You're 100% right. I'm always just used to violent outbursts, just putting them in at the end of turn and then
Or
getting
any
attacked
other
at it.
creature coming in off suspend being able to attack.
Yeah,
the turn you cast
true.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Anthony just casting Lauren revealed right here.
Yeah, seems good.
Michelle's just got a land in hand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
That's gonna be it.
Not great draws
Woof!
there.
Oh my gosh. What a game.
Michelle takes it in 2.
Oh man. So Michelle's going to be moving on to the finals here. And then we got that one other game going between Patrick and Alex with the creativity on Patrick. And then Alex on Titans. So we'll see how that game is going. And then we'll see you guys in just hopefully a couple minutes for the finals and some more great Magic. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're just tuning in, this is a pretty good tournament. It'll be loaded up on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for checking it out. This is the finals, the final match of the final qualifying tournament of the TCS Rockets series. We got Team Rockets on camera here. We got Patrick, sitting first seed playing Creativity, and we have Michelle, who we just saw playing Is It Murktide. So definitely going to be a sweet one. Got some good games of Magic in today. Both these players hard fought their way up to these finals so that we can watch them and get a sweet game of Magic in. And then we get to hopefully see them later on this month. I believe this will qualify. Michelle was already locked in for that top 16. I believe this will qualify Patrick for the top
I
16.
think Patrick. This makes Patrick fairly likely
Yeah.
at this point. So yeah, it's looking good for Team Rocket here.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So definitely solid, and it'll be cool to see them playing in just 2 weeks, 3 weeks actually. So, well, let's get a good game here. So Patrick is first seed, so he is going to be choosing whether to be on the play on the draw. Presumably he would want to be on the play. Our open deck list, we have seen both these players' decks before, so kind of see how this goes. I mean, Michelle's got a pretty good amount of counter spells. I mean, she's got Spell Piercers plus counter spells in the main board, plus she's got Tidebinders also. If one of those happens to resolve, then she can just stop that Archon trigger in its
The
tracks.
Tidebinder in the main definitely could make a big difference in
Oh,
this matchup.
yeah.
Shut down
Oh,
a
yeah.
Planeswalker. Shut down a Ren and 6. Shut down the Archon.
Yeah.
Stop the Dwarven.
Yeah.
Stop a fetch from even putting a Dwarven in
yeah.
play. Like, Tidebinder has a lot of play in this matchup. And
Yeah.
You can do a lot of things to just kind of push Patrick back a turn or two.
Definitely good. Let's see Michelle's hand here. She got Ragavan, bunch of lands, Lightning Bolt, and a Spell Pierce. Having a grand old time. Oh, and a Shredder too.
Patrick with a Creativity, Arid Mesa, Basic Mountain, like a few other fetches.
Yeah.
He look pretty land heavy. I'm not sure if he's keeping this or not.
Yeah. I mean, he's fine. He's got Bolt plus Binding, right? And Creativity. So you've got good pieces.
Double Binding?
Oh, double Binding plus Bolt.
And 4 lands.
For lands.
That was
I can get
Patrick's.
behind that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Patrick can just sort of stop what Michelle's doing,
Yeah.
buy some time, start putting free creatures into play.
Yeah. Yeah. Fetch pass. Just pass. Nothing else. Spire Bluff. Monkey. Getting a Surveil land.
Lots of scream time today.
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole tournament, lots
Yep.
of surveil lands every match.
Yeah, really showing the power level of these new lands. Fetchable, surveilling, so good.
I would say we're pretty consistently undervalued by basically the entire modern community.
Yeah.
No one was really on them at first. I think most of the comments I was seeing when they were spoiled was like, Rhinos might play one.
Yeah.
Was about it.
Maybe.
And I think just about every deck that plays fetch lands
Yeah.
now on them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's really no reason not to. They're just so good. Such good cards.
Blood Crypt was draw for turn for Patrick.
Ooh, not really what you want to draw.
I mean, the Blood Crypt was in hand, I believe. He picked up a Fable.
Oh, pick a Fable. Nice.
Fetch for Patrick.
Going into our favorite, Jamir's
Yep,
Garden.
there it is.
Aha! Binding.
Let's say the Jetmir's Garden is the most fetched non-shock, non-surveil land today.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, even more than basics.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Draw. Oh, there's a Creativity. Probably see maybe just land go.
Blood Crypt tap turns on full domain for Patrick,
Yeah.
letting him use the Leyline bindings.
Fetch.
Very likely getting a surveil land here.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey, there we go. So we can sneak off the top. Michelle's been pretty decent hand too. She's got Shredder plus Spell Pierce plus Murktide now too, so she has that little bit of inevitability. I mean, definitely drawing some more counter spells here is what she wants. to have more answers to creativities.
Even just burn spells usually do enough in the matchup if you can stop the tokens or artifact tokens coming into play,
Yeah,
which are a bit more difficult with Patrick running the 2 deduce.
yeah,
But like you can stop the Goblin Shaman from attacking. Your lightning bolts basically work as counter spells for creativity.
yeah.
DRC is the pickup for Michelle.
Let's see, shock and esteem defense. Look at all those blue-red lands. Let's see, maybe a Darcy and then pass, or maybe she's thinking of Shredder this turn.
I'm assuming she's looking to hold up mana. So she taps out for creatures that just sort of gives Patrick an opening to just slam creativity.
Yeah.
And the Shredder.
Shredder.
I think she's going to pass a Spell Pierce up is the plan.
Yeah. It's gonna bind end of turn. Do Spell Pierce binding.
Yep, going to trigger Connive. Pick up an Odawara, which is actually a really good pickup here. Lets Michelle take out an Archon of Cruelty.
Yeah. It's gonna pitch the Murktide.
No, if Patrick has a fetched. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he
he
just
doesn't have a fetch land, so no way to get an Archon into play
Yeah.
despite 2 creativity in hand.
Yeah. And the Fable. Gonna bind now. Maybe he's looking to Fable this turn. Target Legend Shredder? No, okay. Yeah, then Fable.
Patrick sequencing correctly to not give Michelle free Connive.
Yes. Yeah, no thank you. That's sweet. The first time we've seen it today. The Chaz Tanner token.
People have been slacking.
Yeah, they have. Need more play more Fables.
Yeah, the Chaz Tanner Goblin Shaman token from last year's Rocket series.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna play Odawara. Okay. It's gonna Darcy. Bolt.
There it is.
Oh man.
Keep Patrick off tokens. Leaving on top.
Alright. Keep it. Sitting on another land plus Spell Pierce.
I believe so.
Ooh, this will fetch. Gonna go to 2. I mean, maybe discard. Okay, discard a creativity plus a fetch land. I mean, the chances of drawing another fetch are pretty high. So,
Yep. There we go.
There we go. Bloodstained Monitor. Just gonna pass here.
Which I think is smart going into a Murktide player.
Yeah.
2 blue mana up.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna run this right into a counterspell. No thank you.
Michelle's got another Shredder in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick on Lightning Bolt creativity.
Speed in, she's delirious. Instant creature
I think she's
land.
got
Nope.
3 types.
1/1.
Getting out the 1/1. Patrick
Bolt
throwing the
it.
Lightning Bolt at it.
Take this, Darcy. It's like, okay,
There you go.
can't do nothing about it. It resolves. And then we're gonna see Shredder. I'm gonna shred it. Yeah.
Yep.
And a little ship. Fetch end of turn. This is going for a mine here. Okay.
End of turn, put the dwarf into play.
Yeah. I mean, drawing. Yeah, always kind of an awkward situation too, because this leaves open for bolts or heats at the end of turn, instead of being able to to fairy and then go for it.
Mhm.
But yes, it's coming into play on top anyway. Drawing a reprieve. This is gonna flip a Rooney.
Doesn't have enough mana to reprieve and creativity.
Not yet. Just hold off here.
I'm a little confused by Patrick's end step fetch for the Dwarven Mine.
Yeah.
Because he's not. He wouldn't be attacking with the Dwarf token into the Shredder anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe he was relying on drawing a Spell Pierce. Like, as if he drew Spell Pierce, he would be able to creativity the token away and be able to Spell Pierce her counter spell or Spell Pierce.
Yeah, that would definitely make a difference. I do think, yeah, definitely Patrick was almost definitely fetching around Tidebinder on Michelle's side. So
Yeah.
would have done it on his turn
Mhm.
at latest there. An Unholy Heat onto the reflection of Kiki Jiki from Patrick, going back into the graveyard.
Make copies. Draw into a Stomping Ground. So that does help here, because you can Stomping Ground and then creativity for 1.
Depending on the spell Michelle has. Because she has
Yeah.
3 open mana. So if it's... If she's interactions anything other than a counter spell, the reprieve's not going to do much.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's got.
You can Spell Pierce and Steam
Spell Pierce,
Vents.
Steam Vents? Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick just pays for the Spell Pierce.
I mean, I think you must still do that anyway, right? Just to cut him off of mana.
I think so.
Yeah, because you can untap and possibly Unholy Heat if you get lucky. Like if she draws, like if you Spell Pierce this, he taps out. You Expressive next turn. She draws Expressive,
Mhm.
which we've seen she's been doing a lot.
Yeah, she's been very skillfully doing that.
Yes. You draw Expressive, get Heat, and then Heat away. I mean, I guess she could also still do that. And because I mean, shocking Steam Vents, which feels really bad. Oof, going real far down. Going and going.
There it is.
Sarkon.
They're one of those weird things where, like, you and your opponent both know you're going to hit the Archon.
Yeah.
And unlike Cascade, when you're getting Crashing Footfalls or Living End, you shuffle the deck afterwards.
Yeah.
So, like, you still have to go through the motions.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're just going to put it all randomized back
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, not the same as Big X8 and at all. Okay. So sack that. Discard the land.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
There you go. Turn. Draw a. Is that a Heat? What was it?
I still think Michelle's not on Delirium. I think she's got 3
she's
types.
not.
So.
Yeah, that's why she would have to hit like a sorcery, like a Preordain or an Expressive or a Bauble, in order to turn on a Unholy Heat. She drew a Scalding Tarn. Does not quite do it.
Waiting for to hold it or not.
Yeah. Able to keep the Spell Pierce.
I don't know what Spell Pierce is doing either at this point. Patrick has 6 lands.
Yeah, with a bunch of mana.
Decides to play the Scalding Tarn.
Yeah. I think that's reasonable.
I agree. I think it's the right choice here.
Yeah, Spell Pierce not doing a whole lot.
Patrick getting in with the Archon. Lightning Helix off the trigger, taking Michelle Spell Pierce, drawing a card. Patrick Renin 6 Fable double reprieve, I think?
Yeah.
Yes.
Looking pretty good. Feeling good. Just making another Chaz Tanner token.
Fetching on end step. Just every non-land in the deck counts at this point.
Yeah.
So just gotta see if she gets there on a draw.
The return of the Expressive iteration.
It gets there and resolves it through 2 reprieves.
Yeah.
One reprieve. One
Yeah.
reprieve.
And it is a magic card. Oh!
Of course.
Expressive.
Reprieve from Patrick.
Probably tapping that wrong.
Yeah, I think you should likely be holding the blue up in case he's drawing a Spell Pierce. Oh, there we go. So you notice it.
Yeah. Draw. Yes.
There's
Okay.
second turn pickup.
No, minor stuff. Preordain and Island. And the scoop.
Here we go.
Like, okay. I've had enough. We're done. All right. Looking at sideboards here. So we saw a little bit of Patrick's sideboard earlier. He's got the 2 Veils, 2 Pick Your Poison, 2 Silence, 2 Stern Scoldings, 2 Change the Equations, a Plains, a Beseiju, a Terastodon, an Elishnorn Mother Machines, and an Elishnorn Grand Cenobite. Elishnorn Grand Cenobite seems sweet here.
Yeah, just
Can't be unholy heated. It's just absolutely ginormous.
Yeah,
It
kills
kills everything except for Murktide.
or in
Oh,
shredders,
shredders.
but like still,
Like
like,
shredders
you
small.
need to connive 3 times before your shredder's doing
Yeah.
anything at that point.
Yeah, but then that's also why you have Stern Scoldings, because it counters everything except for Murktides in her deck. And then Pick Your Poisons, just kill Murktides, and then Veils are good against counterspells. So he's got a lot of good sideboard options
Yeah,
against.
Michelle's got running through this again. 1 Brotherhood's End, 1 Cast into the Fire, 2 Chalice of the Void, 1 Cursed Totem, 2 Engineered Explosives, 1 Magus, 2 Mystical Dispute, 2 Soulguard Lantern, 2 Subtlety, 1 Sahili Sublime Artificer. I think the Engineered Explosives are coming in. It's a pretty easy grab from Michelle.
Yeah.
Maybe the Cast into the Fire.
Yeah,
Lets her interact with the
Yeah.
dwarf tokens and can exile artifact tokens.
Yeah.
And then just possibly Mystical Dispute. I don't know how much she needs to bring in here.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It's like, it's a lot of kind of general hate, which is really nice, or more counterspells.
Yes.
I mean, also, like, bringing in Magus isn't too bad against this deck, just because I think his only basic in the main is a singular mountain, which is irrelevant,
But
because
he's
all of
on-
his lands are mountains.
But he's on 4 bolts.
He's on 4
So
bolts
the Magus is definitely more fragile
Yeah.
than the regular Blood Moon.
than the actual Blood Moon. Yeah. Looks like she's bringing in Casting the Fires, or not. Maybe.
Patrick going through. Thinking about cutting the deduce, maybe?
Yeah. Just thinking. I think I'm jamming over there. Alright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Renin 6? The Renin 6 or Prismari command you got?
Not sure. I mean, Renin 6 seems fine to cut here. It doesn't do a ton in this matchup.
Being able to pick
those
off
Ragavans?
cutting Teferi. I'm unsure. I don't know if about cutting the Teferi, actually.
Mhm.
Teferi shutting off Michelle's counter spells, allowing you to creativity on Michelle's turn, or safely on Patrick's turn.
Yeah.
He's big.
Yeah, but also, I mean, him bringing in more blue spells into knowing that she has disputes in the sideboard
Very true.
could be worse. I mean, she's also sitting on leaving spell pierces in. So he's thinking about bringing 2 Pick Your Poison, Seiju, Plains, and
2 Veil of
2
Summers.
Veils.
Notably, Patrick is leaving his silences on the sideboard.
Yeah. I don't think that's too bad here.
I think
I mean, it kind of goes into a counter war, right? Like, it's kind of like, oh, I'm just going to have more counter spells than you at some point, and then you're going to try to go for it.
and I think the silences are more there for the Cascade decks than something
Yeah.
like a deck with counter magic like
Yeah.
this. She'll trimming a bobble there. Second bobble coming out. Shell trimming a Murktide.
Yeah, I've been seeing her do that a lot today.
Thinking about that Sahili. Sahili's out.
Probably a little bit too slow. Probably don't want to spend your turn 3, like, just tapping out for this do-nothing card.
On the flip side of it, though, if she can get it in play and start making some tokens, that's some free sacrifices with the Archon triggers.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
losing a 1/1
Yeah, it's like, oh, I
throw
guess
isn't that big of a deal. Yeah. Let's give some insurance, keep a Murktide in play longer. But like speaking of Murktide, like you said, Michelle trimming one.
Mhm.
I think I like trimming one in this matchup. She knows Patrick has Pick Your Poison is more
Yeah.
removal for it. He has Teferi, he has Leyline Binding.
Yeah.
Just like lots of stuff that's really, really keeping a big Murktide in play hard.
Yeah. Yeah, and even dealing with something coming back from binding, the other creatures are fine. Murktide is not.
Yes.
Like, Murktide is just a 3/3.
Yeah, Shredder's
Not
annoying.
particularly
You can
good.
you can build it back up. Murktide, you have a limited number of cards in your graveyard you can use to keep fueling that.
Yeah.
Just gonna bobble Murktide's Heaties. Okay.
I think it's triple bobble to Healy. Murktide is the cuts from Michelle.
Yeah. Okay. Showing creativity, definitely a good choice for today.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely paid off for Patrick.
Yeah.
Silences are
Silence is
coming
back
in.
in.
There they
Okay.
are.
What we're doing here? No thinking.
Fable coming out. Pickups a Deduce coming out there.
Or reprieves. Yeah, I mean, I guess reprieve's probably not the counter spell choice when your opponent has spell pierces. They really want to reprieve a spell pierce.
It's true.
Yeah.
Specifically good against Murktide,
Yeah.
which Michelle just trimmed one.
Yeah.
But against the other stuff in the deck, if you've done a reprieve a spell pierce isn't usually
you're
where
like,
you want to be.
It's like, sorry, that's not too good. Okay, definitely solid. Okay, looks like Michelle is ready to go. Patrick, I think, is also just about good here. Chilling. Doing some classic modern shuffling, which he's been doing a lot of today with the copious amounts of fetch lands in his deck.
12 fetches. We haven't seen him on camera using Ren and 6 to be fetching every turn.
Yeah.
He's shuffling less than he could be
Yeah,
instead.
it's true. Which is ironic because he's been fetching a lot.
Yes.
Alright, so Michelle's in on casting the Fire Spell of Canal Bolt. Counterspell, Explosives, Otawara, Expressive.
Patrick
Not
on
a bad
double
hand.
Ren, double land, Bolt, Veil of Summer, Leyline Binding. I think I like Patrick's hand.
Yeah, definitely solid hands for both players, I think.
I think really the game plan for this is Michelle's trying to classic like Murktide / Delver / tempo strategy
Yeah.
is put a creature in play and just be annoying enough to keep it alive and stop Patrick from doing his thing.
Yeah.
And Patrick's just trying to not die before he can resolve and dominate creativity.
Yeah. Gonna go Spiral of Bass. He draws a Steam Bends.
It's always one of the things with this deck is I don't know if it matters with Patrick's hand right now, but drawing any of your shock lands can be rough,
Yeah.
especially if you intend to be fetching for it.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
have it up or want the option to at least.
You see the classic turn 1 fetch for a Thunder. Oh, that Jamir's Garden. Alrighty.
The other option.
Yeah. Now maybe he wants to leave open, get that green so he can bail. Ooh, drawing Archon, not a great
Other
draw at
bad
all.
side of creativity.
Yeah.
Drawing your creativity
Yeah.
targets.
Not great. Oh, he has the Thundering Falls in hand. That's why he got the Jamir's Garden. Boop. Surveil.
Falls tapped.
Show. In response to trigger, fetch for Thundering Falls.
I'm gonna do it first.
Yeah.
Thinking about what's on top.
She's like, come on, hurry up.
Dwarven Mine in the
It's
graveyard.
like Dwarven wine. It's like so confused. Why do you do that? Okay, she did bring in the Magus.
See, and there's the Thundering Falls.
Yep. I think Thundering Falls is the one we've seen the most of today.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Considering we've seen Michelle multiple times and we've seen Patrick multiple times, definitely is the blue-red one.
Yeah, the Rhinos players on the deck on the card as well. Nick on Living End on the card as well.
Yep.
Like,
We're gonna go turns, keeping it, thinking about it.
she's got explosives in hand at this point.
Oh,
Expressive
pitching
iteration?
expressive iteration. I mean, she does have one in her hand, so kind of big game. So let's see.
Deciding to deviate from her other games on stream and not cast 4 in a game.
Yeah. She's like, I've expressive iteration has had enough time in the sun. We're gonna leave it as something else.
Scalding Tarn Pass. So Michelle has not played a spell this game.
Neither has Patrick. playing the long con, just hanging
Michelle-
out.
Choosing to go slow. Patrick's gonna jam a Renin 6 here.
So you don't want to counter it. Do you have spell pierce? I think it just has counter spell.
Oh, it is a counter spell.
It's gonna counter.
Renin 6 countered.
They just still have a Steam Vest to play for turn, which is nice. Oh, it's
Shock.
a shock.
Yeah, Shock Eden gives Patrick access for Bolt.
It's fetch Rooney. What do we go get? Maybe an island here, actually. I mean, if she's planning to try to Blood Moon this game, then yeah,
Yeah,
there
there
it
is.
is. So getting an island. Patrick's like, island, wait a minute. Hold up. Whoa. We don't want none of that here.
Yeah, despite Creativity being a deck that runs all mountains, the deck really doesn't like to see Blood Moon across
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, the deck that runs all mountains does not want all mountains. Turn dice. See, draw another lightning bolt.
Odawara cast into the fire, double lightning bolt, expressive iteration for Michelle.
All right, we
There's
see
the
this
expressive.
expressive popping off here. See a little bit of extra cards. So we got a Spire Bluff and another express. Is that expressive again?
Yes, of course.
Oh my gosh, too good. I mean, it's put double Spire Bluff plus expressive. Get Spire Bluff into exile, put expressive in the hand, put Spire Bluff on the bottom.
So she plays a land. Does she have a land in hand?
I don't believe so. She's
She's
Odawara,
Odawara, yeah.
which she wants to hold on to.
Yeah.
So she got that Spire Bluff now that she can just play for this turn.
Yes, have a lightning bolt up as interaction, play that Spire Bluff to
Yeah.
get a land drop.
I think she's gonna play Odawara for turn instead. Kind of bluff the double blue here for the counter spell, or even just casting the fire. Like now she has casting the fire. She
True.
can just for either, and then also
And also
explosives. That
explosive.
definitely helps too. That is gone. Yeah, sometimes Odawara feels a little bit slow, because if your opponent's resolving Archon on thing and they're just getting it, then you're like, oh, okay, great. I'm still gonna have to. I'm discarding this card to deal with it, but then also I'm losing a card and then losing any creature
Mhm.
that I have, and just being just overall real sad about it. So
And in this matchup, the creativity pilot isn't usually going to go for a turn 4 creativity. It's
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
like turn 6, turn 7.
yeah,
And assuming Patrick's hitting his land drops, that just means he's a turn or two away from just casting the Archon.
Yeah.
So like you don't cut out Aurora, it's a land.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's not a fantastic answer for
No.
this.
It is an option. Alright, he's gonna cast another Ren here. Like to pick up his Dwarven Mine. Yeah, picking up the
Dwarven
Dwarven
Mine.
Mine. Yeah, he played the Wood of Foothills first, just in case he's of a Spell Pierce. It's at 4. I got options here. Alright, I'm gonna go to Michelle Stern. See expressive iteration. Numero tres, number 3. Let's see it. See if we can get something spicy here.
My money's on a 4th expressive iteration. It's just how this has worked.
Misty Spell Pierce. Shredder? Is that a Shredder or? Let's see blue card.
Yeah, I can't see.
Math it up. A Blood Moon would have been a sweet hit here.
Yeah.
Or would it have been?
Murktide is the 3rd card there.
Murktide.
Again, like Michelle can't know that Patrick doesn't have an answer for it in hand, but
Yeah.
Blood Moon would have been huge here for her.
Oh yeah. I mean, he would still be able to go fetch, Dwarven Mine, Creativity, and then she would have been tapped out with that. Getting rid of Expressive. To go Misty, get the island. Maybe if she wants to leave mana up this turn. She took the Spell Pierce, not the Murktide.
I think it's the right move right now. She's
Yeah.
trying. She started this game in the role of just playing hard control, and I
Yeah.
think pivoting from that at this point would just make it too easy to throw her off. That
Oh,
game.
yeah. Yeah. And especially with this, like, being able to have Spell Pierce mana or Counterspell mana up buys her 1 or 2 extra turns, depending on Patrick's hand, whether Patrick has Silence, or if he has a Spell Pierce or Reprieve. Because, like, Creativity bare minimum is 4.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, is he just going for a Tri-Land here? Okay, so he's playing a little safer.
Full domain for
Yeah.
Patrick. Still only one. So what's awkward for him is his green and his white sources on the same land, so he
Yeah.
can't Veil of Summer and Leyline Binding the same turn,
Yeah. For now.
which is always one of the decisions. Like when you're sitting down to like build a creativity deck, you need to like sort of really think through what you want your triomes to
Yeah.
be.
Oh, is this another Archon draw? Oof. Ooh, buddy.
Oh,
Wow, we are really in for the long haul here. Gonna get back to Wooded Foothills. Still very surprising we've only seen 2 creatures from Michelle, and they were both Murktides, and they both are not in your hand. They both went to the bottom.
Michelle's definitely not presenting much of a clock against Patrick right now.
Just gonna mine and pass.
At some point, Michelle will have to make the choice on if she wants to use the Lightning Bolt to control the Renin 6.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
the
'cause
Renin,
Ultimate Renin 6 is no joke.
that will end the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's just game.
Especially the Lightning Bolt in Patrick's hand.
Yeah. Like, I'll bolt you 4 times. I'm just gonna shock and Steam Vents into turn. We're just thinking
I guess-
bolt token, bolt Ren, or just double bolt Ren.
I'm guessing it's a double bolt here if she's shocking. That's the one place shooting double
Yeah.
red for.
Oh, yeah. Good. Because only casting the fire only hits creatures.
Yes, it
So
does.
it's not Fire Eyes, so it can't like 1 and 1 and then. I mean, I guess Ren's made it 4, but she would have done that previously.
Yes, the if she just uses the cast under the fire, it's a 2 mana to kill the 1/1.
Yeah.
That second point of damage is just gonna have to happen to target.
Okay. Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, it looks like
Mhm.
attempting to kill the Renin 6. Down to 2.
Hadouken! Finish off. Okay.
Ren is
Yeah.
out of here. Michelle's still out on Delirium. Less important.
Another land.
Less important in this game than others.
Yeah.
Still not on Delirium. So, now we get to see how far this dwarf token goes.
Yeah. And Patrick is 2 turns off from this hard casting.
Yeah, but I believe he has enough lands in hand to do it as well.
Yeah, I think he just drew
one off. He needs one more land.
One more land. Alright, we're gonna see fetch Rooney. We're seeing Island here. I mean, a Blood Moon here would be sweet. Just because, I mean, I guess, kind of. I mean, going Blood Moon, in response to fetch, get the Dwarf, and then you still have explosives up is definitely solid.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, you could also go Blood Moon, in response, bind the explosives, she pops it, and then afterwards fetch, get the token, and then Blood Moon resolves, and then creativity.
Yes.
So see how they want to play here. She's going to fetch a turn. They're going to draw a first creature, a Dragon's Rage Chandler, without Delirium.
Yep.
Without Delirium.
Turn 8 or 9, I want to say. I think Patrick missed a land drop or 2.
Yeah. It's like, what is going on here? I do not understand.
Murktide just has those games sometimes where you just like you just don't see creatures.
Yeah.
That does give Michelle delirium.
Yeah. I got him now. We got him on the ropes.
Next DRC.
Yeah.
We're in there with the 3, right?
All right, sitting on 6 lands now. Draw another
There we go.
land.
Patrick has locked up the option to hard cast those Archons.
Yeah.
Dwarf token's done 2 damage so far.
It's a shock.
Just from playing a land. It's pretty good.
Yeah, right. Not bad.
One more and Zavalaca.
We're gonna draw. Let's see some action. It is a. Yeah, it's Spire Bluff. We need more lands.
Michelle is running out of lands to draw at this point.
Yeah. So she's got 8 on board, 9, 10, 11,
5 in the
12,
graveyard, 1 in
13.
exile.
Yeah, 13 lands.
I think she
in
runs
total?
19.
Yeah, she's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. She's 18 lands. So she has 5
5
lands
more?
left in her deck. 5. She can cast anything in her deck. She could hard cast a Murktide.
Yeah, great. Good for her.
Huzzah!
After crushing a Dwarven Mine end of turn, making a second dwarf, using the Snorlax tokens again. Snorlax has also had a lot of spring today.
That's true. We've
Different
seen
game,
a lot of
but
Snorlax.
A lot of Snorlax today.
Draw a card.
And for 2. There's time to use that Fire Ice here.
The cast in the fire.
Cast in the fire.
Cast it into the fire.
Yeah, there we go.
Boop boop. Scooby boop. Oh, but Patrick can go Dwarven Mine hard cast. Work on this turn. I mean, you could also just go Dwarven Mine creativity.
Dwarven Mine, and then pass. Let some Archon with Veil up too, the next turn.
Yeah. I mean, because he goes Dwarven Mine creativity with Veil up this turn.
Oh, true.
Oh, no, because she's got the engineered explosive still.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. He can.
Yeah.
Not a good move, but he can.
Yeah.
It's just been a really anemic game here. Not much going on.
Yeah.
I don't
Set
think
up.
Michelle has touched Patrick.
Oh.
Patrick's fetched 6 times, I believe.
Yeah.
That's
You see what you just drew? A Deshaun's Tidebinder.
that one's big.
That's good.
Big draw.
That's a real good one. Because he has to. He can fetch into a mountain.
Although the
1.
Veil of Summer does stop that.
I believe we're counting the ability, not target.
You get the
Well,
you get
it's-
Hexproof. Veil has a lot of text.
Yeah.
We're gonna look that up.
Yeah, because I believe it's permanent. You and permanents you control regain hexproof from blue and black, and then I think it's spells you control can't be countered by spells or abilities this turn. So I don't believe it stops Deshaun's.
You
Because
and
Deshauna
permanents-
targets the ability.
You and permanents you control. Oh, it's targeting the ability. You're right. It
Yeah,
does not stop that.
Yeah. Yeah, so the ability will still get
Oh,
countered.
there it is.
I think he's maybe thinking that, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure that that's how it works.
That should be how it works.
Yeah.
Patrick firing off the summer. Michelle.
Oh,
spell
and spell
piercing
piercing
it?
it anyway. Okay. What else am I gonna do?
I think using the spell pierce there anyway is just
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
the good move.
Getting
Like,
rid of a card.
yeah, it's not doing anything else. You stop Patrick from getting that redraw off the veil. Like just. Yeah.
use your mana while you can for her. There's
Yeah.
a Murktide shell. That's a good draw here.
Oh yeah, that is a big beefy Murktide.
Patrick showing the Playlight Binding.
Yeah. This. The GGs. Big games.
Showing
Yeah,
the binding and
bind
the
to
creativity.
dishonest.
Just
I'm gonna hit your engineered explosives. I think they're just talking about
yeah, I
the
think
game
they're
now.
talking about wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like Patrick took that one home.
Yep. Oh man. Woof, man.
Yes, Michelle just not finding a threat there for a long time. Just,
Oh yeah.
that
I mean, it
wrong.
was 8 turns.
I don't
8
know.
turns of. Well, I mean, 8 total turns and only 3 creatures drawn.
Yes.
I mean, she did bottom a Murktide with one of the expressives, so she did get rid of it. But even then, like, you couldn't have not
Yeah, I
taken
don't
the
think
other
it would've
2
done
spells
much
at that point. So, full man. Well, what a tournament! So we got Patrick starting the top 8 in the first seed, ending the top 8 in the first seed, taking it down for us. I believe this does put him into the top 16.
Yeah, I believe the win for Patrick here locks him in, as far as I understand.
Yeah.
So, big win for Patrick.
Oh
coming
yes,
in with
yes,
this. So.
huge. So we'll get to see both of these players in 3 weeks in the top 16 of this TCS Rockets series. The championship. It's gonna be great. We got a couple rounds of Modern, a couple rounds of Pioneer, another sweet tournament with the top 8 for you guys. So we will definitely hope to see you there. Thanks for hanging around. Just a couple quick reminders. We still got the Fishbowl coming up next week as well. CDH tournament, if you're in the area, come by and play. If you're not and you like watching CDH, then you can definitely watch it. Most likely we'll be here, maybe doing some commentary if they're doing that again. We'll see. And then my name is Zach Miles. Thanks you guys for sticking around.
I'm Trevetti. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah.